Hey, y'all. Hey. This is Crystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game, and you are here with me on Fitness Friday, where we are debunking myths about belly fat. If you are here with me now, say hey, let me know that you're here. If you're catching this on replay, do me a favor and type replay in the chat as we get ready to jump into this conversation about what's going on with belly fat and what ain't going on with belly fat. So, before we get started, cheers, drink up. And I have two of them for y'all today. So y'all know it's gonna be I'm trying not to go in too hard. But I want to talk about some of these myths because believing in these myths could mess you up. Now, before I do that, let me know if you are one of the millions of people who want to lose belly fat, lose some inches, can't stand your belly, can't stand your apron, can't stand your poop, or whatever you want to call it. Let me know if that's you. And if that's the case, this conversation is for you because we're going to talk about 4 common myths. And I'm going to tell you why the myths, and then we're going to talk about what the truth is. Yeah? All right. So, number 1, somebody type a 1 in the chat for me. The first thing I want y'all to understand and know, and I believe I've talked about it before, but it deserves to be said again. You cannot spot reduce when it comes to your belly. You just can't. Spot reducing, just period. When you have a goal, and I know some of y'all don't want to hear this, but everything has to work together. It truly does. When it comes to your stomach, you're not going to lose your stomach and then still have chunky legs or arms or vice versa. They all work together, right? Now, this is the thing. You can do ab exercises and it's going to help strengthen the abdominal muscles themselves, right? You have a stronger core, but that does not mean that you're necessarily burning belly fat. You got to burn body fat. And that's just fat. And in order to do that, you do have to watch what you're eating. You do have to strength train, and you do have to do cardio. But you got to do all of them together. I ain't say you got to do cardio, or you got to strength train, or you got to watch what you're eating. You got to do all 3 of them. It's not about doing these 30-day plank challenges, 30-day crunch challenges. No, that ain't finna get you a leaner belly. It just ain't. Your core gonna be strong, and that's good for your back because people a lot of times when they hear core, they only think about their stomach, but it's the core of your body. So if your abs are strong, it's gonna tighten, it's gonna strengthen your back too, right? So that works for that. But as far as burning belly fat, the fat that's around your belly is not about doing crunches. It's not about doing um, planks. It's not about doing those things. You have to combine it all and burn overall body fat. And okay, now I'm gonna leave it at that. I was gonna add something else, but maybe we'll talk about that next week. Hmm. Let me let me know if y'all can figure out what I was gonna say. We'll see. All right, I see y'all coming in. Say hey, let me know that y'all here. Make sure you're sharing it out with your people, tagging your people, because there's somebody else you know who also wants to lose belly fat and might be making mistakes. Maybe the mistakes that you've made. And here I am, Crystal Taylor, to help you get through that. All right. So we're debunking the myths as they relate to belly fat. And I already told you all you cannot spot reduce. That's number 1. We're gonna talk about 4 of them today. Number 2, people think that you can't eat foods with fats in them because it's going to make you fatter. It's not necessarily true. Look, all fats are not bad. There are some amazing healthy fats that our bodies need, like, of course, in what? The avocado. Yeah, I love me some avocado, in nuts, in olives. All of those have the good, healthy fats fats that you need, and those can actually help you lose weight. They can help you burn fat. I've said it before, it sounds counterproductive, but you got to eat fats in order to lose fats. Now, the issue is that people are not eating the healthier fats, eating way too many trans fats, eating way too many saturated fats, right? And they have such a high calorie intake, a caloric intake, that you can't lose. So it's not about fats. That's why I tell people, if you're logging your foods, and let me know if you're a person who logs your foods or not. You should be, because that's what's going to get you on track. But I digress. When you're logging your foods, a lot of times, if they're breaking down your macros, sometimes people will trip out and they're like, oh, it says I'm eating a lot of fats, but what type of fats are you eating? It's different between getting your fats from avocado versus getting your fat from cheese pizza. Very different type of fat. And too many people eat too much saturated fat. Now, what does that mean? Saturated fats, if you think, you know what saturation means. Saturation means it's a lot of it, right? Same way they say saturate the sponge. That means you put a whole bunch of water in there to get it full. They talk about how certain markets are saturated. The fitness market is saturated. The bread market is saturated. That means there's a lot of people, right? When it comes to those fats, that saturated fat means it's all packed up in there too. Those are the ones that are hard for your body, your heart to process. They think they solid, they don't move. You want those unsaturated fats, polyunsaturated fats, those good healthy fats that we're talking about with the avocado, the oils, the olives, the nuts. Those are the ones that are more, they're more liquid as opposed to solid. When they're liquid, they get through the body. If it's naturally in a solid state, how do you expect your body to process that, right? How do you expect that to just not turn into fat, right? So it's not that you should not eat fats. You just need to be mindful of the fats that you're eating, because you gotta have fats in order to burn fat, but you want the good fats. All right. So that's myth number 2. If anybody's coming in, I am Crystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game, and I'm debunking some myths as it relates to belly fat. I'm giving y'all 4 myths that I hear a lot of people talk about, and I'm going to give y'all the truths. The first one that too many people think can happen is that they think they can spot reduce. I'm just going to do a whole bunch of crunches. I'm going to do some bicycles. So I'm going to do whatever, because that's what I need to burn this belly fat. It ain't going to work. Can't spot reduce. Number 2, I told you, you actually have to eat fats in order to burn fat, but you have to choose the healthier fats. So often a lot of people say, well, you know what? I'm not going to eat fats at all because I'm trying to burn fat. I'm trying to lose fat. But guess what? Your organs need that fat in order to do what they are supposed to do, so that your body can work at its optimal level so that you can lose that weight. All right. Now, number 3, speaking of things that people think they need to get rid of, and let me know if y'all find it benefit in this yet. Let me know. If you like this, drop a 100 for me in the chat. All right. So since we talked about restriction and not eating fats, let's talk about carbs. Carbs are not your enemy. And I'm going to bring my mic close and say that again. Carbs are not your enemy. As a matter of fact, type in the chat, carbs are my friends. Too often, folks think that all carbs, if you eat carbs, oh my goodness, it's going to turn into belly fat. And that is not true. Carbs are your sources of energy. They dole out the energy you need throughout the day, right? Now, what you want to do, though, is be mindful and selective about the carbs that you do eat. Now, if you choose those simple carbs, guess what? They turn into fat. They do. But if you get those complex carbs, guess what? They don't. Those complex carbs, those are the ones that will gradually give you energy, and gradually help you to sustain your energy. Since they're being used as energy, a source of energy, they're constantly working and burning, as opposed to those simple carbs where you just go shoot, spike up, and then you drop, and your body's still trying to process that sugar. So, what's the difference between a complex carb and a simple carb? You might be asking, right? The simple carbs are the white stuff. I was on a panel yesterday, and as they said, the little white devils. It was so interesting. It's a white woman who said it. I cracked up when she said it. But it's those white ones. They're refined. All of the good stuff has been stripped from it. But when you get those complex carbs, like your sweet potatoes, your quinoa, your grains, those things that have fiber, because y'all, fiber is a carb. And you know your body needs fiber. Your body needs fiber to process and digest the things that you're eating, right? So the carbs that we're looking for that are good, like I say, your whole grains, your fruits, your vegetables, all of those things. And staying away from or reducing, because I don't believe in restriction, but reducing those refined carbs. All right. And with that, because these complex carbs, they include that fiber is helping your body to eliminate the waste so that you're not feeling lethargic, so that you have more energy to do your workouts, and it's helping your body to absorb the nutrients better, which can help lead to weight loss and fat burn. So if you want to lose weight and burn those fat calories, then you got to use some carbs. Yeah. Let me know if that sounds good to anybody. Drink up. Well, I give you the last one for today. Try not to keep you off for a long time. And my clients are probably like, oh, here she goes. But here I come. Knock, knock. Let me in. The fourth myth is that skipping meals will help you to reduce belly fat. No, it will not. No, it's not. People think that skipping meals is a great way to lose weight. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. I feel like a kid throwing a tantrum. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not. Because I have to keep begging people to eat. It's the craziest thing. Folks love food, but they're afraid to eat. They're afraid to eat more frequently. They're afraid to make the better decisions about what they eat so that they feel more comfortable eating more frequently. They'll rather eat once or twice and not even pay attention to what they eat because they feel like since they're only eating once or twice, they're not taking in that many calories as if they ate 3 or 4 times, and they can just go ahead and eat. And that's a problem. When you're skipping these meals, a lot of times you are hungry, not just hungry, but you're hungry. So who knows? And ask yourself, why are you even skipping the meals? Are you skipping the meals because you're busy? Are you skipping the meals because you think you shouldn't be eating them? What is it? Typically, whatever it is going to, there's something, a relationship with food, or if you're super busy, that means you're just busy overall. So by the time you get a chance to eat, it is highly likely that you are overeating. Because now you're trying to make up for the time that you got hungry, as opposed to just realizing it was time to eat again. Like, I should feed and fuel my body again. At this point, you're just like, I just need to eat something. And when you get hungry, you're not like, oh, let me find me some really, really good salmon and some really, really, really good steamed vegetables and some really, really good. No, you're not. You're like, give me whatever you got. Yes or yes. And what also happens when you're not eating and you're skipping meals, you're slowing down your metabolism. Y'all, if you're watching me, more than likely you are over 35, 40. 45 probably. Which means your metabolism is already slowing down. We are not, and I said we are not spring chickens anymore. So we have to do things to protect our metabolism and get it to keep working. Y'all, this whole I'm just gonna eat sometimes thing, you are doing the absolute opposite of what you need to be doing. You really, really are. So instead, what you want to do is eat at regular paces, regular intervals. If you need to, set a doggone timer, set an alarm on your phone that says, you know what, I should be eating again. Do that. And let me take that back. Don't say it's time for me to eat. It's time for me to fuel my body. Think about that. Food is a source of fuel. Calories are literally sources of energy. And when you look at it that way, say, oh, it is time for me to re-energize my body. But with that, you know that you have to choose what type of energy you're putting in it. The goal is not to skip meals. The skipping of meals is not going to help you lose weight. And it surely is not going to help you lose belly fat. It's just not. You got to eat frequently. You want to have those meals to be balanced. Those things are going to help you to minimize how frequently you're overeating. It's going to help you have a stable and level, a consistent energy level so that you could do all of these other things that you need and want to do. You can expect to get through a workout, get through a crazy busy day if you're not fueling your body. Your body will shut down on you. It just will. It just will. So stop skipping these meals thinking it's going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you burn belly fat. It will not. All right. So let's go back over these 4 myths real quick. And if you want some more, because I got more for you. If you want more, type more. Maybe I'll do a part 2 next week where I could come back and give y'all some more myths. Because what I know, if I was to do a poll and ask 100 people, what one area of your body do you want to improve? At least 70% will say their belly. I could put money on that. I could put money on that. So that's why I wanted to make sure I had a conversation so y'all could realize that you may possibly be making some mistakes. And let's talk about how to fix that, right? So I brought up 4 myths, debunked them, told y'all what folks think and what it really is. So the first myth was that people think that they can spot reduce. Guess what? You cannot. You have to do a combination of all the things, cardio, strength training, and how you watch your diet, right? Myth number 2 is that people think that eating fatty foods will make them fat, and that's not the truth. Not all fats are bad. There are some good fats, and there are some not so good fats. You want to get those good fats, like your monounsaturated fats, your polyunsaturated fats. You want to eat things like nuts and avocados and olive oil, right? The third myth that too many people follow, that they believe that carbs are the enemy, and they're not. They're your sources of energy. They're not your enemy, they're your energy, right? And fiber is a carb. You know you need fiber. You need fiber to help digest your foods. You need fiber so that your body can absorb the nutrients. And guess what? That will lead to giving you more energy and helping you burn fat and lose weight. All right. And then the fourth myth is that skipping meals is going to help you lose weight and burn belly fat. No, it's not. It actually does the opposite. It slows down your metabolism. So instead, you should be eating at a routine schedule, making sure that your meals are as balanced as possible so that you can get the energy from those meals that they are meant to provide you with, right? And it helps to regulate your metabolism. All right. So I'm Crystal Taylor. Hey, all right. So Miss Paula asked about intermittent fasting. We all fast. We all fast. When we go to sleep, we fast, and we're fasting. Fasting just means your body's not taking in food and is resting, right? Intermittent fasting comes up so frequently. So frequently. I'm cool with it for mental means. I'm great with it when your doctor suggests it because maybe you have high blood pressure. But as a source, as a method for weight loss, absolutely not. Don't starve yourself. Don't restrict yourself. Because a lot of people who intermittent fast, especially when they are doing it for weight loss, they're hungry and they're like, oh, I can't eat for another hour. Oh, I can't wait to eat. I still got 45 minutes though. If you are hungry, you need to eat, unless your doctor tells you not to, right? But by the time a lot of people are breaking their fast, and now I know a couple of people, they've been doing intermittent fasting for so long, their bodies have just adjusted to it, and they started for different reasons, and it works for them. They can break their fast for and have something healthful, right? Most people aren't doing that, especially starting out in the beginning, especially just for weight loss. They think that, hey, I'm just going to not eat. Don't do that. Don't do that. Figure out how to balance it out. All right. So, all right, Miss Shayla said more. So I guess I'll come back next week with a part 2, and I'll give y'all some more fat belly myths, belly fat myths. But in the meantime, if you want some tips that'll cover all of these things on how to reduce and burn belly fat in 30 days, make sure you click the link bellyfatchallenge.com. It's absolutely free. 30 days worth of practical tips sent to you via email. So you don't have to do anything. Every morning, just check your email and I'll tell you what you should do for the day. We break it down. The first week is all about nutrition. Second week is all about movement. Let's see. Yeah. Third week is mindset. Last week, we put it all together. All right. Absolutely free for you to get this information to help burn your belly fat. See where you can be in 30 days so that you're not following these myths and trying to figure out what you're doing wrong. Because it's not that you're doing anything wrong, you just may not know. All right. So with that being said, I am going to sign off for the day, tell you and wish you safety and happiness for the rest of the weekend. If you have to go out there in the streets, please be safe. So I just want you healthy, want you happy, and I want you here. And hopefully I'll see you next week where I come back with part 2 and see you in the Belly Fat Challenge. So see what you're looking like and what you're doing in 30 days. All right, y'all. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.